What's up, everybody? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. Today's video is long overdue, but I wanted to make sure that I was as aware as I possibly could be of where we were in the market, or where we believe we are in the market, before making a video. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to look at Bitcoin first. We're going to take a look in the Raven and VET, and we're going to talk about where the market is and where we could be potentially going. So stay tuned. I'm going to tell you all about it. All right, guys, let's get the obvious out of the way first. I'm not a financial advisor, and it's not financial advice. I enjoy doing technical analysis and sharing it publicly. I am not qualified to manage your money. You should be taking my TA, my analysis, and seeing if it works for you, if you agree with it, or if you don't, that's fine. Let me know. Actually, let me know if you say, hey, I don't really agree with this. I think this is a more logical here, this way. I'm always open for conversation, for comments, for feedback. So please, be interactive with me. With that being said, guys, if you like the channel, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time I do put out a new video, and check me out on the Twitter if you want quick updates, quick pictures, and little tweets, so that I can get information out there when I don't have time to make a full video. We're going to jump into today's video. You guys, we all know that the big dump just happened, and potential part of that, or potential catalyst, was the Chinese housing market, the Evergrande, or Evergrande. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but kind of a market collapse, almost the way it was in 2008 with the housing market in the U.S. With that being said, crypto was developed for that reason. Crypto was created after a market collapse to try to be a hedge against market manipulation and stuff like that. So with that being said, I'd like to share this tweet from, I retweeted it from Silverback. It was literally talking a new investor off the ledge. My reasoning: if this is in fact the Lehman Brothers collapse of China, where then do you think the investors will put their money? They don't walk away with no more investing. It doesn't happen. The even better case scenario for him, it's Link. He is the master of Chainlink, but generally speaking, crypto might be where a lot of this money goes. We could see a big boom off of this. Now, I don't mean to be a boom boy or a moon baby or whatever, but we could see a big portion of the Chinese market. Money is being pulled out now. Money is being pulled out of the real estate sector, going into crypto. So that being said, we're going to hop into Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily. Now again, this is just after midnight Eastern Standard Time, so it's roughly 4 hours into the trading day. So 4 hours into the trading day, we've got a nice green candle here forming on the daily. So much so that we've got the daily Arun index flying up fast, like kind of coming off the handle, coming up quickly. And we have an RSI that just bottomed out yesterday at 34. Last time we saw 34 was at the start of our the run-up that we just had. The start of what I'm going to still call the one wave. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was our 5 impulses. This is one wave. I'm still going to refer to this as the one wave. Now our 2, where my mistake was, is that the 2 is an ABC. 2 wave is typically an ABC style correction. It's an ABC phase or ABC correction where A, B, C. So the B is kind of I'm going to always call the B of the ABC correction is always going to be bull trap, because it goes up just enough where people will think that the market's recovering before going down even further. Now, I am victim to this as well, because for some reason I thought that this being between the 38.2 and the 50 was a deep enough of a retrace for a one wave. Now we crossed that 50, man. We crossed that 50. We almost got down to the 618. And this is where a realistic, legitimate corrective wave goes. And I'm going to go back a little bit because I want to show you this, in real time. Well, not in real time, but historically on other waves. So we're going to take a look at, this is a wave here. We'll go from this to this top. Which is actually where we're sitting right now. It's interesting that the price is sitting right on the top of this wave. But where did it go? It dipped down through the 50% line, and it touched that 50% line a couple of times before taking off again. Now, let me close out of this. Go from this bottom to this new wave top. And look, you have down to the 50. It's impatience on my end, and I'm sure a lot of other people would, and I have to be honest, it's impatience that makes you think that, oh well, this isn't gonna, it's not gonna do it this time because it's been a long, and I want to get in, and no, it's just not going to happen this time. No, it did, and it will, and it's going to continue to do so. Now, with that being said, there's only one other large, longer term thing that I see that could be very bearish. Because right now everything here actually does look like bulls are ready to take back over. And real quick, I'm going to go on the RVN index and kind of open this up a little bit because the bulls shot up very quickly here. I mean, they touched bottom and they shot almost straight up. This is almost, like, I don't even know if I'll be able to draw this accurately or not. So there. So likely the cross will actually happen tomorrow near the top. So yeah, the bull cross will be happening pretty much tomorrow. It's a very, very sharp move that happened here. See, I can't even get the line on there clean, but it's a very sharp bullish move coming. And that being said, if it jumps up that fast, like this one here, like this one didn't quite bottom out, but it jumped up very straight line, and it held, and it stayed up for, so from July 24th to August 22nd, almost a full month up before starting to run down, before starting to kind of go sideways. So that is the kind of strength that we could be looking at. Because of how long we were both running down from the 6th to the 18th, that was kind of a long period of time. Not a long period of time, it was 12 days, but it was 12 days plus 3 more so far of bulls laying down. So that they're going to want to come back up. Now here, I'm going to go over the one scenario that I don't like, and it might just be kind of a false flag thing, but on a much grander scale, on the weekly scale, we could be looking at a much larger ABC correction where we're not near the bottom, and it's going to drop down to like a 786 weekly, and we see like a 16, 17, 18K, let's say an 18K Bitcoin, and that's kind of scary for the rest of the market. That blows the rest of the market out, like it just blows everything up. And it is probably the most bearish scenario possible, but I don't think it's likely. It's something that we definitely have to keep track of, where I think we need to get back above this B. I think we need to get back above 53K before we know for sure that we are out of this as being a potential scenario. This is a scary one, but you have to understand that it is a potential. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't enter or exit anything else prior to that. It just means you have to be careful. And maybe you trade on smaller time frames. Maybe you hit your 5 to 10% gains and get out. Maybe you just you make these quick moves and get in and out of the market quickly, because there could be another dump that brings us down way below this. I mean, below the 29K. and we'd be looking down, here. And that's actually scary to think about if you are in the market and you're buying in here. So with that being said, we're going to look at Ravencoin. Ravencoin, another scenario where A, B, C. Oh, excuse me, I'm starting to get a little tired. ABC correction, 618. We hit the 618 line, and the bulls start to push up from the 618, and I had already started drawing the line, but you can see the green, the bulls are starting to come up off the bottom, and the bears are starting to come down, which if these lines hold, and they do a straight line move, we're looking at the, I think it's the 26th, everything is always a couple of days off, so it's this 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. Between the 25th and the 26th is when you see the bulls cross, and you're probably looking at bullish momentum all the way up to that point. But it's still something to be careful of, because we could be not finished with this dump yet. I mean, these bulls can sit down for a little bit. It'd be very possible come back down to the 786 line and hit 7 cents, where we sit on this 618 for a little bit. I still think the overall bull run is intact. I mean, look, we bottomed out here on the RSI, hit right around 30. I hit 31, and again, last time 27, 31 was 31 here, the start of our run up. So everything is adding up and looking up to be part of the next wave up, the next run up. Everything cooled off far enough, everything has dropped. We're looking like it's the next wave up, but there's always that potential downside you have to be aware of. So I think still a lot of the original targets still hold true. Do a fib retracement real quick, or an extension. I think from here it lowers it a little bit, but we're still looking at a 31.6 or 31 cents on a 1620 at standard 3-wave, and if the 3-wave were to extend, we're looking at about a 45 cent 3-wave. So again, the targets aren't that far off. They got lowered a little bit, but not by much. But this could still very easily be a 3-wave incoming. So if you bought anywhere around here in this area, don't panic. Definitely do not panic sell. If you didn't buy, I mean, now is your time to buy. Might be the lowest RSI you see on a daily chart for a long time. But tomorrow it could dip again and be done into 25 range. I honestly, it's hard to say. But this is looking like this is definitely buyer's range here. Definitely approaching the oversold mark. And again, if you were in here, you're not in bad shape yet. Don't sell at this point, because this is not a line of support resistance where you're not going to get back over it. Where I don't think, wait it out. Just wait it out is the best I can say. And looking at VET is going to be very similar as well. It dropped down between the 618 and the 786. Again, A, B, C. Still had that kind of weird, false break here, and then it dumped. Same thing on the Arun. The Arun, the bears or the bulls are trying to push up. They're trying to start up. Bears are coming down. Looking at the 27th for a real bullish cross. Again here RSI very low, 32. We had bottomed out here at 28 right before we started the rise up. Everything is looking like it's ready for another run. Everything's looking like it's ready for another big run. And this massive run here, was over purchased at a much higher and a longer term to come down that far. I think this is our first kind of, I think we're like here or here right now, and we're gonna have another big push up. So guys, again, even now with the extension, I mean, 25 cents on the 1618 for a standard 3-wave, and 35 cents for an extended 3-wave. So both still looking very strong, still high, high probability coins for these waves to come up. I think this is the highest probability, but it's still something to be aware of when you look and you see this potential on Bitcoin to be a much bigger dump. So keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. Always, guys. I mean, there's never a point in time where you want to be trading assets in the crypto market without knowing what Bitcoin is doing. Because while everything doesn't follow lockstep, if Bitcoin dumps, everything dumps. And the reason that is because so many people are leveraged in their trading that if Bitcoin gets liquidated, they liquidate their whole account, and then that liquidation trickles down into all their smaller coins that they might have been holding in their margin trading. So everything kind of gets set in that same cascading style breakdown. So guys, that's the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think we're still headed into a bull run, or if we're officially in the bear territory. What do you think? Let me know. And until next time, peace.